D Marsh Boxing back at it was good boxing heads and fight fans around the world. Shout out to my homegirl Kate. You know, she always be pressing me to say that, so it is what it is. B Marsh Boxing back at it. And it's fight week, ladies and gents. It's fight week. It's WBC World Heavyweight Title of the World. Defended by Deontay Wilder, 39 and 0, 38 KOs versus 24 and 0. How many KOs does this guy have? Maybe 20. Luis Ortiz from Cuba, you know what I mean? Both guys trying to make history. This is actually a historical fight, you know what I mean? Boxing Scene had the website had an article yesterday actually claiming that this fight is the biggest fight on United States soil since biggest heavyweight fights on United States soil since Vitaly Klitschko versus Lennox Lewis in I believe 2003, you know. So man, this is a major fight, you know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? The man Luis Ortiz trying to make history, trying to become the first Cuban heavyweight champion of the world. Definitely not the first Southpaw. I believe the first Southpaw heavyweight champion of the world was Michael Moore, you know what I mean? But heavyweight Southpaws come a dime a dozen, especially very good Southpaws, you know what I mean? So Luis Ortiz actually is one of the best fighters at heavyweight right now on the planet, you know what I mean? I definitely put him in the top um, I'd put the man in the top three, top four. You know what I'm saying? To me, Tyson Fury's on sabbatical. He's on leave. He's on vacation. So I'm not really considering him in the picture of heavyweights. You know what I mean? Up until he comes back, show us and proves that he got something. You know what I mean? I see Ben Umar in the chat. Was good, he son. He says, Deontay gonna knock that old Negro out, but these hating ass niggas still gonna come up with excuses. Just wait, no question, man. And I'm about to get into that, you know what I mean? You know, first and foremost, everybody was pressing the man Deontay Wilder to fight a killer, you know what I'm saying? Fight a very dangerous opponent, you know what I'm saying? And everybody suggested Luis Ortiz. You know what I mean? There even was a point in time people were saying that Wilder's ducking Ortiz, making an excuse that he's a habitual and a predicate, repeat offender as far as taking banned substances like steroids. You know what I mean? So that was Wilder's excuse not to fight the guy. You know what I'm saying? Well, ladies and gents, that's what y'all said, but here we go, you know what I'm saying? The fight should have happened last year, matter of fact, in November, you know what I mean? But the man Luis Ortiz fucked that money up and went and didn't disclose that he takes high blood pressure medicine, you know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you disclose that? Are you trying to tell me you and your team are that incompetent that you don't read the rules and guidelines of what you should take and not take as far as putting back as far as medications or whatever medicines putting in your body? I tend to not. I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I think they knew exactly what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot riding on this world title fight. You know what I mean? Luis Ortiz has always come with the story that the man's daughter is always seeking medical help. I'm not sure if she has a heart condition or what it is. You know what I mean? And hey, if Luis Ortiz wanted to was really about trying to take his daughter to the hospital, and not that he hasn't, you know what I'm saying, but trying to get her the best, fast and speedy recovery, the best doctors and medicine that his money could buy. Man, you should have got up on that fight last year in November with Wilder, and you would have got your payday, and you would have started doing what you gotta do for your family, for your little daughter. You know what I mean? But him fucking that money up and taking steroids or with the now what was it, a bad substance? What was it? Lorcetan. You know what I mean? A high blood pressure medicine. You check it. You're definitely responsible for what you partake in, what you put in your body, and what you don't. You know what I mean? So that was the lamest excuse I've heard in a long time. But the WBC gave this man another shot, which is fine with me because I really wanted to see Luis Ortiz versus Wilder. Even before that, the date they had last year in November when Luis Ortiz was replaced by the man um, Bermain Stavern, you know what I'm saying, for the rematch. You check it. So I'm not buying Luis Ortiz story or his team story. You check it. I think the man is like every other the other two opponents that Wilder was supposed to face. I can't remember the European's name. It's not Marius Wack. I don't think it was. I know it was Alexander Povetkin and some other European who both tested positive for banned substances. You know what I mean? And when Luis Ortiz got caught, it's crazy how I just made a video about Luis Neri. Now I'm talking about Luis Ortiz, and both of them are habitual predicate, repeat offender, steroid abusers. It's crazy, man. It must be something about that name, Luis. You know what I mean? But the sad part about it is the man Luis Ortiz and his team tried to bring race into the you know, try to bring race into the equation of why he took steroids and why he didn't get that fight last year in November. You know what I'm saying? Trying to blame it on Wilder, trying to make it look like you know, it's because the WBC's protecting him, and they tried to throw all kind of racial elements into their excuse of why, you know what I'm saying, they took steroids. But you know, it's doomsday, man. Judgment Day is around the corner, March 3rd. Barclays Center, and we shall find out, man. You know what I'm saying? We shall find out. You know, Luis Ortiz had one comeback fight against a guy named the Mountain Man, Daniel Martz, a guy from West Virginia, and Luis Ortiz took care of dude in like 2 rounds. You know what I mean? I remember that he dropped him numerous times, but the last punch was a vicious counter punch with his left hand. Boop, put that guy face flat on the canvas. You know what I mean? And like the man Freddie Pacheco says, rest in peace. When they land first face flat on the canvas, they usually don't get up. You know what I mean? And sure enough, the man March didn't get up. You know what I'm saying? I see the man Fergal Beatty in the chat. He says, Justin B. Marsh, it's a tough one to call. It's Wilder's biggest test by a long stretch. No question, man. It's definitely both of these guys' toughest opponent in their careers, but especially for Wilder, man. A southpaw, man. Southpaw heavyweight is a tough task to deal with. You know what I mean? Although, excuse me, historically there haven't been numerous southpaw heavyweight champs. You know what I'm saying? I could think of Michael Moore. Who else? Who else? I don't know anybody else when I come to think about it. You know what I mean? If there is anybody else, throw it in the chat. You know, but you know, people said that now people are actually saying that Luis Ortiz is old. You know what I mean? They're saying that he's an old man, and they're not really gonna give. Not really. They're absolutely not gonna give the man Wilder any credit for beating Luis Ortiz. But these are the same people who are clamoring for that fight. These are the same people who are saying that Wilder is ducking Luis Ortiz. You know what I mean? That's why, you know, the fighters don't worry about what these nut ass fans talk about. Give you credit, man. Give you credit, like what the fuck, man? They try to give you credit to, you know what I'm saying, to get a house, to get a car. No, my dude. All these fighters, they do everything on their own merit. You know what I mean? Whether we give them credit or not, man, these guys still living large. These guys still got families to take care of. And whether we give them credit or not, they bills gonna get paid. Unless they mess that money up, you know what I mean? You check it. I see Sweet Pea Fan 12 in the chat. He says, what's goody, son? Yeah, Southpaw Charles Martin was a titleist. You ain't never lie, man. But hey, I forgot all about that dude, Charles Martin, you know what I mean? Fergie Beatty says in the chat, he's old, but if Wilder beats him, he gets his props from me anyway. Charles Martin, yeah, man, that was a funny one. Good looks on that, man. Good looks, Sweet Pea fan, you know what I mean? You check it. Hey, he's old, but since when do they call an old man the boogeyman? Since when is an old man the most dangerous dude in the division, you know what I mean? So, you know, hey, Vitaly Klitschko was old too when AJ fought him. I gave him all the credit, AJ, all the credit he deserved for that fight, you know what I mean? You check it, although, you know, it wasn't the first time we've seen Vlad lose or get knocked out, but hey, I picked AJ to win that fight, but no question he gets credit. Why wouldn't I give him credit? You know what I mean? That was a great fight. It was the fight of the year. So if it was my fight of the year, how am I not going to give the victor credit? You know what I'm saying? So, Hey man, the excuses gonna be excuses, but like I said, Deontay Wilder, man, hey, people giving you credit don't pay your bills. You know what I mean? Only people who's supposed to give you credit is actually you know, when you work, you know, you keep your credit score tight. You know what I'm saying? And maybe if you're going to the bank trying to get credit, trying to get a loan or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Pay your credit card, pay your credit card bills. You know what I mean? Those are only people, not fans who have only opinions. You know what I'm saying? But Deontay Wilder, of course, is taking on Anthony Joshua's mandatory. You know what I'm saying? And conveniently, the WBA, they took the Luis Ortiz out of their rankings, so he doesn't have to fight the man Anthony Joshua. Hey, so be it, man. Hey, Deontay Wilder will take it. You know what I mean? So let's get into it, man. As far as styles and technique, actually, Deontay Wilder is obviously the taller fighter. I think he has an 83-inch reach as far as arm length, but the guy does have an 84, Luis Ortiz. You know what I mean? The Cuban has a longer reach, although the shorter guy. You know what I'm saying? Who do I think is more in shape? That's Deontay Wilder all day, You know what I mean? 220, between 220, 229 is what he comes in on fight when he fights, you know what I'm saying, on fight night, you know what I mean? He's definitely a lean dude, not really bulging with muscles like Anthony Joshua, you know what I'm saying? But he's definitely in shape. While I've seen the man Luis Ortiz got a couple rolls on the side of him, man, a couple Michelin tires on the side of his on the side of his stomach, you know what I mean? So, I think Luis Ortiz is definitely not in better shape than the man Wilder. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, Luis Ortiz definitely has a better amateur pedigree, over 300 fights. But hey, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder had less than 40 fights, went to the Olympics, got himself a bronze medal. So who's actually more experienced in the amateur pedigree? Hey, it's a toss up. You know what I mean? Either or. Actually, there's no wrong answer. You know what I'm saying? Because if Luis Ortiz had over 300 professional fights, amateur fights. How comes this man ain't even gold medal in the Olympics? You know what I'm saying? So Deontay Wilder is definitely the more athletic dude. I think this is gonna be a battle of the jabs. You know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder, when he needs to, he's proven that he can throw that jab with accuracy, and he can actually split guards. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's with a guy has his high guard. You know what I'm saying? He can split that guard. You know what I mean? And He's just looking for any reason, any excuse to unleash that right hand. You know what I'm saying? This guy Luis Ortiz is actually a southpaw, and if you know boxing, the straight right hand straight down the pipe is actually kryptonite, and it catches southpaw fighters all day, every day. I made this what do you call it? I made this example of this in a previous video. I can't recall it. Just go watch Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather. See how Floyd's straight right hand was landing down the pipe all day, every day. You know what I mean? I really don't consider both these guys to be defensive geniuses. You know what I mean? Or defensive technicians. So it's just a matter of the jab and who actually leads a strong lead right hand or left hand from Luis Ortiz perspective, who lands it faster. You know what I mean? As far as hand speed, that goes to Deontay Wilder all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? He does have the quick hand speed. That right hand comes out like a flash when the man Deontay Wilder's throwing his 1-2s. You know what I'm saying? As far as inside game, I give that edge to Luis Ortiz. I believe he did drop his opponent, that mountain man from West Virginia. Was it Daniel Martz? Dropped him at least once or twice with the body shots. You know what I mean? Throwing combinations. But then again, look at the physique of the man, the mountain man. The man was also a little chubby dude himself. You know what I mean? So obviously, them body shots gonna take more effect on a guy who isn't lean or isn't chiseled or doesn't have a tough enough gut. You know what I'm saying? But I think the man Luis Ortiz has a better inside game, and that's where Deontay Wilder is gonna have to be aware that he can get caught with something. You know what I mean? Whether it's get caught with body shots, then he drops his elbows and then leaves his head wide open. He could get caught with an uppercut. You know what I'm saying? Uppercuts work both ways for a short fighter and or a tall fighter. You know what I mean? But I think Deontay Wilder has better foot movement. You know what I mean? He doesn't have the best footwork. No, I'm not saying that the man is a maestro like Sergio Martinez with the footwork. You know what I mean? But He does have faster feet than Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz is a kind of plotter, in my opinion. You know what I mean? He takes one step with his left, with his right foot, one step, then the left foot he drags it, boom, to catch up to an opponent. You know what I mean? So if a guy's a very good boxer, which Luis Ortiz also is a very good technician, but a guy with better foot movement, in my opinion, he beats Luis Ortiz all day, every day, especially if he can land some power punches and then get the fuck up out of Dodge. You know what I mean? And I think Deontay Wilder is a master, has a power. You know what I'm saying? And if he can get the fuck up out of Dodge, you know what I mean? Then he'll be straight. He just got to use that jab, create distance. You know what I mean? Use it as a range finder. Drop that right hand on the guy Luis Ortiz, who will not be hard to hit, ladies and gents. Brian Jennings, when he fought Luis Ortiz, who is the best name on the man Luis Ortiz resume, he actually had some success in them rounds. You know what I mean? Against Luis Ortiz. You know what I mean? He was using lateral movement. He was punching and getting the fuck up out of dodge. But eventually, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't do that for 12 rounds. I don't think that's quite what it might have been his game plan, but he could Brian Jennings sustain that for 12 rounds? He couldn't even do it for 7. You know what I mean? And that's when he got caught. But I think Deontay Wilder has to be very careful not to be caught by that left hand. You know what I'm saying? If this guy commences, it's gonna be about who throws the power punch. They lead hand. It's gonna be who throws it with more conviction and who throws it more accurately and who throws it more. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, I hate fighters who just want to jab, jab, jab and don't want to use their strong power hand. And Deontay Wilder will unleash that power hand. He's going to disguise that with the jab. His jab is a thundering jab. You know what I'm saying? It's a fact he hits harder than Luis Ortiz. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, Luis Ortiz has never even been in the ring with a puncher, period. You know what I'm saying? No, sir. No, sir. He hasn't. Who? Monty Barrett? Who? Latif Coyote? Who? Who? Malik Scott? David Allen? You know what I'm saying? None of these guys are Daniel March. None of these guys are power punchers. He ain't been in there with the guy who cracks like Deontay Wilder. And that's why, in my opinion, man, I just have the crazy. I just have an intuition in me that says this guy doesn't have a chin. Sure enough, man, I don't know if he's been tested. His chin hasn't been tested. I don't know what will happen when Wilder lands it crack straight up and down on the man's chin. You know what I'm saying? You never know. The man might start doing a funny dance. You check it, and that'll be the end of it. You know what I mean? And sure enough, that's one thing Wilder has, is that eraser. You know what I'm saying? That right hand. He could have been in trouble versus guys like Spilka. You know what I'm saying? If you take Deontay Wilder's left hand away, right hand away, like Spilka did, then you can give the man problems. You know what I mean? But Spilka was also a guy who was moving. He's a guy who kind of bounces on his toes too, and that's what Luis Ortiz doesn't do. You know what I'm saying? And in order for Luis Ortiz to take away Wilder's right hand, you know what I'm saying, he's gonna have to be circling to his right. He's gonna have to be circling to his right. But that means Wilder will have to be the aggressor, and this guy Luis Ortiz will have to play the role as a counterpuncher. You know what I mean? And that could work both ways. You know what I'm saying? If Luis Ortiz lands that counterpunch often, then he could probably win the fight, especially with his left hand power shots, making Deontay miss and landing a left power shot. You know what I'm saying? But if the man Luis Ortiz feet are not fast enough, then he got nowhere to go. How you gonna keep moving to his right? You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get caught. You know what I mean? Because Wilder has better foot speed. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's gonna be Luis Ortiz knows that as well. It's gonna be standing. I think both guys gonna stand in the pocket more for the majority of the fight. It's gonna be a battle of the jabs, and who lands the better shots. You know what I'm saying? And Wilder gotta stay away from this man's range. He has a slightly longer reach by an inch. He's gonna have to stay out of range so he doesn't get caught to the body. You know what I'm saying? Because if Wilder gets caught to the body, ultimately he's gonna drop his guard, and he could be sustainable to headshots, you know what I mean? And Wilder, if he gets caught to the head, you never know, man. We might have a new heavyweight champion coming out of Cuba. You know what I'm saying? So this fight is not a gimme fight for the man Wilder. Neither is it for Ortiz. You know, but I think it's maybe I probably say a 55-45 fight in favor of the man Deontay Wilder. You know what I mean? If Deontay Wilder can get past Luis Ortiz, he's gonna have passed the test with flying colors, regardless whether it's decision, knockout, stoppage, TKO, whatever. You know what I'm saying? This guy's a very dangerous dude. Strong amateur pedigree. But I see Deontay Wilder just staying cool, calm, and collective in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Not worrying too much about you know, Luis Ortiz power punches. Because according to Wilder, Wilder thinks that the guy Ortiz doesn't punch that hard. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too much about that, but I just think that the man Wilder is the stronger puncher, the faster hand speed, the quicker feet work. But Luis Ortiz is the more seasoned veteran, man. But I think the older guy will get put out of his misery by a ninth round stoppage by the man Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? I think Deontay Wilder will unleash combinations when he hurts the man, which is bound to happen. When he hurts the man, he's gonna pounce on his ass, and it's gonna be a wrap. Look what he did to Gerald Washington. Look what he did to Bermane Stavern. Look what he did to even Arthur Spilker, you know what I mean? Especially when the guy I'm sorry, Luis Ortiz wants to get aggressive. Maybe he's frustrated that he might be getting outboxed with the jab, you know what I mean? You check it, then hey, that will leave the man Luis Ortiz wide open. And don't come and tell me nothing about Bermane Stavern and Gerald Washington. These guys ain't on Luis Ortiz level. What the fuck you mean, man? Luis Ortiz ain't done nothing in boxing to say he's above any level of anybody. The man never been a world titleist. This is his first opportunity fighting for a world title. He might win, he might not, but he's on the same level as all them fellas on Deontay Wilder's resume. Only difference is the man has been considered the boogeyman, but now Deontay Wilder haters are trying to retract from that statement that they made just so they can not give the man Wilder his props or his credit. Well, like I said, man, credit don't your credit don't pay his bills. You know what I mean? B-Marsh Boxing. Leave your thoughts and comment. Damn, this joint went 22 minutes longer than I expected, but it is a dangerous fight. Great fight. I'm looking forward to it, and I got Wilder by 8th or 9th round stoppage. B-Marsh Boxing. Leave your thoughts and comments. I'm gone.